Hi everyone, welcome back to Fearless Heiress, and today we're going to talk about grief. So, just like grief, this video will probably be all over the place. I didn't really prep for it. I just wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to share and get correct, and you'll probably see me look up and look at those notes. But other than that, I'm just kind of going to go and see what happens. So, whenever I've heard people talk about grief, I have always heard them talk about the 5 stages, and that's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And I was always led to believe that it was this one-way street where you got through step 1 through 5, and then you were on the other side living life like everything was Gucci. That's not how it works. And I can't even say that I wish that was how it worked, because I wish that this wasn't happening. All I can do is say that I didn't know that grief was messy and that grief was a cycle, and that I know now, and I'm sharing that. And to go a step further, I do have another video where I talk about the 5 things you should and shouldn't do for a griever. That was kind of like a collective project. I talked to other people who are experiencing what I'm experiencing, and they're in their own separate stages as well. So hopefully it's a universal thing that you can use to help someone you know who is grieving. But my biggest pet peeve about being in this place in my life is the fact that people feel the need to put a time frame on my feelings and on how I am dealing with my trauma. And that just ain't right. because it's a cycle, because from personal experience, I wake up every day not sure where I am in that cycle. And it's messy because it's difficult to accept that your life has changed permanently. I think that as humans, we are so used to being able to change things. Like, if we don't like a job, we can switch it. If we don't like our car, we can change it. If we don't like where we live, we can move. Like, we are able to, like, we have the ability to change the things that make us unhappy. This is not one of them. And I think that is something that's very hard to accept. Whew. And I'm gonna get through this without tears, guys, so bear with me. We get to change the things that we don't like. We have the capacity and the ability to, and even when we may not be able to change it to the thing we want most, we can still alter our lives in a way that makes us a little happier, you know? This isn't one of them. Once it happens, it happens. And then that's it. And that's not easy to accept. When I was rereading about grief, I thought that they must have skipped something. You know, there must be a stage where you're just numb, because that's kind of how I feel right now. I'm aware that it's happened, but I haven't necessarily internalized it, if that makes any sense. It's like knowing that like 2 + 2 = 4, but like not knowing why 2 + 2 = 4, you just know that it does. Does that make sense? So it's like, oh, well, you know, there must be this stage. And when I was reading more into it, it was denial. Like, it still falls under the denial. So even though I feel like I've gone through all 5 steps and now I'm at this place of numbness, I'm actually on the first step. I'm back in the beginning, and I think I'm there because I function. I think I'm there because I can get out of bed and I can be on YouTube and I can write and I can do all these things that I am hoping to do for myself. And for my mother's legacy, I can function. So I think I have allowed myself to, I guess, circle back to that because it allows me to be as, I guess, close to normal as possible. This is just me talking. I don't know. I'm just sharing that might be why. I say this to say that people need their own time to heal, and it is not on you to give them a time frame. In that same note, I think that empathy is a skill that everyone should learn. Like, I get that not everyone has it, but there are experiences that are universal to man. You know, there are experiences that everybody, no matter who you are, is going to get to. And I think it's important that people learn to empathize with other people. I think that in all the noise of life, it's important to be cautiously kind and gentle with people. And I say cautiously because I know that there will be people out there that take advantage of that, but I think it's important. You know, I encountered this African proverb. I think it's ubuntu, I think is how you say it. And it says that I am because we are. And it talks about how humanity, like your humanity, is caught up and inextricably bounded up by my humanity, and that although we are all individuals, we are all connected. And we're all one, and we relate in more ways than one. And I think I just made this video to remind people of that. Grief is a process. And I can say from personal experience that having people to lean on, having a small group of people who've been there for me and continue to be there for me, has helped me in ways I can't even begin to describe. And those people have done more than I think that they will ever understand for me. I guess that's all. I am because we are. And you are because we all are. Till next time.